You're so kind.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Of course, we've moved over, actually just next door to our studio to the Fairmont Pacific Rim because they have a wicked piano in here.
They do, and we don't know how to play it, so we brought a professional along with us. Michael Kaeshammer has a brand new album out called Kaeshammer. How are you?
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Is this an area of comfort for you? I mean,
This is a safe zone for me.
this is
really
the happy
is.
zone.
And even on stage, like nothing can happen right here.
Yeah. Do you have one at home? I mean, I'm assuming you have a piano at home in your loft or at least something?
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's actually a little bigger than this one.
Aren't they all?
Bragger. It's cold in here, man.
How often do you play your piano at home? Is it just something that gets your mood, or you just...
Actually, if I don't have anything to do besides, you know, like running errands or doing some business stuff, I play not all day, but every day for sure.
Yeah.
You've been hiding in your hovel for a month and you know it's true. All your friends and your family want to know what you're going through. I found some money in my pocket and I'm on my way to rescue you.
It does become like a different voice in a conversation, right? When you're sitting at the piano, it's sort of...
I mean, it's important that you know how to speak through it. You know, like it's like any instrument, but especially the piano because you're sitting at it. And really, like, all you have to do to play middle C is press a key. It's not like a trumpet or a guitar where you have to play the right fret or you have to, like, you know, do the right pitch on the trumpet. So it's really, you have to find this way of making it your own sound.
And you mentioned gospel music, and I didn't know that you grew up in Germany, of course, till you were around 18 years old.
Yeah.
And you found gospel music on your parents' albums, is that right?
Absolutely,
Is that how you learned how to speak English, or?
I learned how to speak, do anything I do today, really, in those first few years. I haven't really learned much since, have I? But like my dad used to play me, you know, records by Curtis Mayfield or the Meters or Professor Longhair, all these old blues and gospel records. And then I used to emulate what they were singing on the records, and I would just be like, wow, you know, like trying to emulate the sounds and sound American.
He had a deep South accent.
Yeah, absolutely.
Was your dad playing a lot as well?
He was. My parents used to have these dinner parties. And I remember being really little and watching my dad, and he would play like
Gotta have the ragtime.
that kind of stuff. And I remember watching my dad going, like, he's the coolest guy in the world. And I just wanted to be like
Well,
him.
and that's what your concerts are like, though. I mean, it sort of has that vibe where, you know, you're over at someone's house and you're just watching them have fun, and you are using this to speak to people.
Absolutely. Like what we're doing right here is how I approach a concert. You know, like for me, it's really important to know what mood the audience is in. Who are they? They're part of the band.
All right, promise that you give it a chance. Everybody needs a little rendezvous, shot at a new romance.
I used to play a lot of, like, you know, faster boogie stuff, and it would impress people, and it would be more the approach of like, check out what I can do.
Let's see some, let's see.
Well, like.
I'm impressed.
So you kind of go.
So
and
what made you slow down?
Well, I haven't slowed down, but I approach it differently.
Yeah.
A rendezvous, a rendezvous. Everybody here had a day like you, they're coming for a rendezvous.
How much do you learn from the other musicians you're with as well? You're with 6 other? Do you have 6?
Yeah, it's a 6-piece band.
So you've got horns, you've got all this
horns
stuff.
and everything.
You know, that ability to share back and forth and learn something from someone playing a completely different instrument.
Well, I haven't had a piano lesson since I was 13. So it's, you know.
You're doing okay.
And I'm all right. I have no other talents, but that's besides the point.
You were down in New Orleans for quite a while, almost a year, weren't you?
Actually, a big change for me personally and writing-wise, what we were talking about earlier, came when I lived there. I was playing with this gospel musician. Her name was Marva Wright.
Don't look for me, baby.
And she comes from like Mahalia Jackson, like the real old gospel school. And we had this gig every Wednesday night on Bourbon Street, this place called Storyville.
Wow.
And as a piano player, you're supposed to entertain in the breaks when the band takes a break.
Yeah.
Give us
You
an
know,
example.
That's your job?
Yeah, and then so you're sitting there for 5 hours,
Wow.
and you just have to play. And there's a lot of New Orleans piano players who are really like highly regarded in that city. And if you don't play any of their stuff, you're not really considered a piano player. So there's this guy James Booker who was around the '70s, and he would play stuff like this.
God, you make it look so easy.
Well, and piano player down there sounds like both, I mean, the hardest, but also the best kind of job, right? Because you're at it
pretty awesome. It's
every
a piano
single night.
city.
And you get to play with the band, but then you get to kind of have some fun
Do
for
your
yourself
own thing.
too.
And it really, I mean, you're playing for 5 hours.
That must be
At some
exhausting.
point, you have to come up with something that is interesting for you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, to
every
keep you
night.
engaged.
Absolutely. So I learned a lot on gigs, like actually trying stuff out and going like, oh, that didn't work, or that was kind of cool. I'll do that again.
Yeah.
That's really how I
And
learned
does
a
that
lot.
continue on now? I mean, when
Oh,
you're
yeah,
playing
absolutely.
bigger shows and you're playing places like Massey and the Vogue and stuff, I mean, is it constantly learning, or you just go in there and go, okay, I know I got to get this
No,
right?
I'm putting myself out there every night because in the end, it's no different playing for you here or playing at a club or playing at the Vogue or at Massey. In the end, it's the same idea. It's just more people.
Right. Well, Michael, thank you so much. Can we ask you to play a little bit more?
Yeah.
Anything you like. Of course, you can pick up Kaeshammer. It is an absolutely amazing album, and go to his website to find out where he will be playing near you. Take it away, my friend.